What's up, creative community? Once again, this is Lorenzo from the COACHMC studio, and this is the place where we'll help you actors, performers, entertainers to really shape unique behavior deliveries and getting recognized in the audition room. And speaking of which, we got a couple of tips today for the audition, but not so much the work itself, but more the context on how we present our content. Who are we as human beings? How can we impact, like, humanly and personally and privately, the casting director and its assistant? How can we start a little conversation? How can we socialize? Not too much. Everything happens in between the right boundaries, but how can we impact them also from the human side, from the human aspect, and show a little bit of our personality, coming across as a team player, showing that we're likable, showing that we can, lead a conversation, and showing that we can fit into this production, not only from the performing side, but also from the human side. So if you like acting tips, mindset tips, career strategy tips, or audition tips such as this one, make sure to subscribe if you haven't so far. Comment in the comment section below what you thought of this, what type of tips you wish to see in the future. And without any further ado, let's jump right into the video and let's see what's cooking. We're in the audition room. We're there to show our work. So most of us are focused on delivering the work, showing our talent, showing what we prepared. And we have so many things that we want to, check out, our internal boxes. That's how I like to call them. And that is super important. But content is king, but the context is the kingdom. I always repeat that throughout my videos. Why? Because it shows what kind of dough we're made of, what kind of human being we are, how we can, sometimes with a clever remark, with a smart thing that we say, or just a beautiful line that we exchange with the casting director, sometimes we can show way more than through our work. Because the casting director not only looks for the best actor in the room, but he also looks for a team player. The casting director has the production in mind. He knows the director, he knows the producer, he knows the circumstances, this movie needs to be shot, or the short movie needs to be shot, or the advertising needs to be shot. So he knows exactly what type of person he's looking for that fits like a mosaic piece into the grand picture of the production. So yes, the performance is important, but also your human aspect is super, super important. And I get that. We are nervous. We are focused on delivering. We want to impact and show our talents and be passionate and all that. And that is super nice and super important. But if we don't have anything to say besides our slate, and then we just get in and deliver that, we just seem to be this functional being, and we sometimes dysfunctional, right? Not dysfunctional. We just seem to be a functional being, just an executor, instead of being a human person, instead of showing our colors, our facets. This is quite hard to exercise. I admit that. It's not something that comes, naturally, because like I said, especially if we're newbies and young guns kind of starting in this business, we are super focused and very concentrated on delivering what we've prepared. But this over time will become one of the major aspects that will decide whether or not you will book the role. So let's focus on this. I took some notes. Hopefully this will help you to kind of make yourself heard, make yourself seen, and come across, as a human being, not only as a performer, right? First thing I would recommend you to do, you get into the room, be the first to say hello. Introduce yourself loud and clear. Just say your name. Just that self-affirmation is just a beautiful thing to hear for yourself, right? You say your name. This is how you position yourself. This is the energy that you send out. You don't wait. You say your name. Just be yourself. Self-affirm for yourself that you are in the room, that you want to do this, that you are in a great mood. This is always positive. It's great. It kind of paves the way, right? To kind of have a connection right away. Second tip, look at everybody. I mean, this is so simple to say, but second tip is make eye contact. It's such a simple thing. Like I said in the beginning, this is definitely something that needs exercising, right? That needs practicing, that needs a couple of times to be rehearsed, because it's about fine-tuning. And not everybody likes eye contact, right? Not everybody loves to see energetic people right away, right? You have to kind of, find the right tune, calibrate yourself accordingly to the occasion, and have that sensitivity working for you to know when you can do a little bit more, or when it's better to keep it more decent. Just be a socialized being, be a human being. That will lower your nervosity a little bit. That will already kind of establish what's going on energetically. That kind of gives you also right away, before you even start with your slate, before you even start with the reading, that gives you the possibility, opportunity to kind of already kind of send some energy, right? To transmit who you are and what you're standing for. It's a beautiful way to kind of create that first relationship before the actual work starts. The third thing, I know it sounds like overthinking this too much a little bit, but just be mindful about how you stand there. Just what your body language transmits. if your body posture tells a different story, then, you know, the perception the casting director and his assistant may get from you is like a bit twisted, a bit confusing, right? Because your body language all of a sudden tells a different story. So just be aware that it kind of matches what you're doing and what you're saying and how you want to get perceived. So kind of mind your body language, just stand there loosely. It's just how you do it. Sound, eye contact, and body language are three very powerful little instruments right there. Well, they're not little, they're powerful instruments just like that. That will help you massively to impact positively the mood, the vibrance, and the people in the room that will eventually judge over your performance, right? And this is how you pave the way, how you can start opening up the soil to then insert those healthy seeds that will blossom up during the reading and during the slate process, that will then, you know, kind of catch the eye and say, hey, this was like a nice casting, this was a nice audition. My fourth point, stay positive. Whether you're slipping up, whether you're saying something stupid, whether something comes out in a wrong way out of your mouth, whatever it is, stay positive. And how can we learn to stay positive without exaggerating, without putting in a show, right? It's just to have a simple smile, an honest, simple smile. And they can see that you're nervous, they know that you're nervous. It's beautiful when we show our work. It's normal that we're a bit excited, that we have that tension inside of us, and that sometimes can translate into a small amount of nervosity. Just smile it away. Just be honest about that. And if we see a little bit that you're nervous, that's totally fine, because that's just the normal state of things. Even great actors, when they get into the room to audition, are nervous sometimes. So keep up with your nervosity. Smile it away, breathe out, relax, make eye contact, have a nice resonance working with you, that nice body language, that gesture that is harmonious, and just smile. Because when you smile, you release dopamine, you feel better, your heart rate kind of lowers a little bit, and the other people will perceive you smiling, they will probably smile back at you. My fifth tip for being that conversational human private being, besides being that great performer, would be to be prepared to kind of have different little conversations going on for yourself. Pick 3 up to 5 topics for yourself. Your hobbies, some real passions that you cultivate, things that you'd like to do with your family. If there's like any major thing besides, show business that you entertain, be ready to have certain topics that you can talk about. But remind yourself, it's not about you all the time. It's more about to show how much you can also deviate from one discussion and jump into another conversation and jump into another discussion. So you have a couple of topics ready where you can talk about different things that are vastly different. I would recommend you to prepare a little protocol like this on the side, because it's always great. Once you've kind of kickstarted the conversation, you see they want to talk more with you. Maybe you're the last of the day, or maybe there's nobody else waiting, or maybe they just, sincerely like you and they are interested in knowing more about you. It would be like a shame to kind of dry out once we're getting into the crunch zone, if you get what I mean, right? Let's make this as perfect as possible, right? Let's close all the possible cracks. Let's fill out all the blank spaces. Let's be prepared in the most remarkable way in order to share your commitment to the craft in the most unique manner. Because like this, you come across as a full professional. You close the cycle, it's full circle there, and you will impact them in a very positive way. These 5 audition tips and how to be a more colloquial human being, a more private person, and not only a performer to just execute, but overall a great team player, because this is definitely what people are looking for, especially when we're talking big budget movies, right? Because everybody wants just to feel safe. And even if we're talking about indie movies where things can be sometimes a bit chaotic and all over the place and messy, they want somebody who kind of, radiates out security, positivity, and is a great team player, so they know exactly, okay, if we have like a troubled day or a chaotic day, he's gonna be our safe harbor. So one way or the other, this just shows that you are ready to perform. And I hope now you're ready to perform, and see you next time with the next video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. Leave a like, smash the like button for the algorithm. It helps us so much. It goes such a long way to support the channel. And also comment in the comment section down below what kind of video you'd like to see in the future. Jump to my website, it's thecoachmc.studio, if you want to talk about creating a show reel for your next pitch meeting, maybe, and great script, or if you want to work on your monologue, or just, honing your skills a little bit. Let's see if we're a great match for each other, and then we can start a new adventure all along. Of course, I'm also present on Twitter and Instagram, where it's the Coach MC, on TikTok. See you there. The coach is out.